So it plays in the right spot. Sorry. Okay, good luck.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another Long Walker Live, where we cover everything to do with the Fall of the West. It's Friday night, and I hope that everyone is doing well and ready to cover this episode. I put a poll up on Community Post asking all the viewers out there to say what they wanted to watch. Well, the viewers have spoken. Tonight, we are talking about the bad side of child influencers. Dark side of child influencers. We're going to examine the modern Gen Alpha influencer. And ponder the question, who is really benefiting here? But before we do, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And help us spread the word, the way, and the warning to do to more people. All right.
Try that again.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me. This will help us boost the channel and help us spread the word, the way, and the warning to more people. I'm getting this down. Now let's get walking, ladies and gentlemen.
That way I can use it on a video, you know?
Yeah. First one here, we got Brett.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So obviously we have talked a lot about Hollywood. We talk about Hollywood a lot, whether it be the people in it, the reboots they're doing, whatever. But we also talked about the way that it chews up and spits out young people, which is a very, very sad reality about that industry. I mean, we've all seen it, whether it's Britney Spears or Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, Amanda Bynes. Oh my God, my team and I were just talking about her. Mitchell Musso from Hannah Montana, Drake Bell. We specifically have talked about Drake Bell in the past year. He's from Drake and Josh, which, by the way, I've been rewatching, or actually kind of watching for the first time because I really wasn't a Nickelodeon kid. Top tier show. We were talking about him last year because he has had a wild ride since his Nickelodeon days. He's really struggled. He's made some mistakes, got in trouble with the law, tried to reboot his career, etc. Kind of got kicked out of, American pop culture, and now is like a huge megastar in Mexico. Just very weird. But I think in a lot of ways, Drake Bell has represented the way that these kids networks take advantage and exploit young actors and then leave them flailing when they're done with them, literally chewing them up and spitting them out. And boy, do we have some new information about this. We're going to talk about it today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and then ring that notification bell so that you never miss an upload or a live stream. I don't know if you guys have felt this too, but it really seems like the last year was when this all really started to break open. Like, we are very openly, comfortably talking about Hollywood and what it does to young people. It is no longer a taboo, hush-hush subject. I mean, Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly wrote her amazing, amazing best-selling book, I'm Glad My Mom Died, where she detailed her experience growing up with her very abusive stage mom. Allison Stoner from Camp Rock and All the Cheaper by the Dozen movies started a podcast called Dear Hollywood last year, where she shared the intricacies of being a child performer and the ways that Hollywood can destroy them and sets them up for failure. As an example, take a look at this clip.
Name something comparable to the pop culture phenomenon of child stardom. That was the opening line of my op-ed exploring the toddler to train wreck pipeline, a term that I assigned to the systemized spirals of countless young performers who enter the industry with pluck and promise and end up unwittingly copying and pasting similar horror stories and cries for help. I'm Allison. I started performing at 3 years old and working professionally in Hollywood at 7. Today is my 30th birthday, making it 23 consecutive years working on more than 200 films, shows, music videos, commercials, voiceovers, tours, and productions. I have witnessed, contended with, and relatively speaking, survived the toddler to train wreck pipeline, albeit not without deep scars, chronic health issues, and lingering challenges.
And that was just part of episode 1. I think that it was like a mini-series type podcast. There were 10 full episodes. It was fascinating. She did a great job of breaking down different aspects of the industry, what fuels it, what happens to these young people. Like, I just really think it opened up a lot of people's eyes. She even testified in front of Congress to advocate for the strengthening of laws protecting children in entertainment, specifically now protecting children in social media, thanks to the rise of mommy vlogging and all of that stuff. And then, at the beginning of 2024, a new documentary was announced. It's called Quiet on Set. It's being released on HBO Max, and it will be detailing the environment that so many of these kids grew up in. Here's the trailer to Quiet on Set. I should know that studio so well, it's creepy.
Nickelodeon was
Weird seeing it like this.
And you better hope that your house had cable. wasn't there to educate you. We were there to have fun, to get slimed, to be entertained.
And this is when Dan Schneider arrives, Nickelodeon's golden boy. He created these shows that were hugely successful for them.
Working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship.
Dan's treatment of people on his shows was an open secret.
These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of time.
Wait, guys, we're ready for you.
It was a toxic environment. It made me trust people less.
We were there for so many hours. You get comfortable with people until you're not. I had no idea what I was saving my son from. It's a house of horrors. They find this enormous trove of child pornography.
I've been waiting 17 years for today.
It wasn't dealing with anybody on the shows or anything, right?
It was a child actor.
On one of our shows.
Yes. Have you ever told your story publicly before?
Doesn't even know.
I'm so excited about it, but I'm also so angry that this even has to be made. It's a very double-edged sword. But the whole thing just gave me goosebumps. I am, in all seriousness, very, very glad that this is being made. And audiences and fans are thrilled. They feel like they are owed this in a way because they spent so many years watching these actors, watching these shows, loving them. And then, the rug was pulled out from under them saying, this was actually a god-awful environment and so many of these young people were hurt while making your favorite shows. And so I think that they feel like they've been waiting for this. And honestly, they really have been primed and ready, thanks to everybody who has come forward over the last 12 months to a year and a half, starting with Jeanette McCurdy's book. Somebody commented and said, I cannot wait to see this documentary. I feel like we've been waiting for this for 10 plus years. Somebody else said, I'm so glad that they'll be releasing this. This needs to be heard loud and clear for the public. I was aware of YouTube video essays on this, and now it is finally time for Nickelodeon to be held accountable and be a message of how to treat kids better when working with them on TV shows and movies. Another person said, honestly, the fact that adults knew but kept quiet for their own careers says a lot on our value for community and children. All of the adults are complicit. Speak out, lose your job, be the voice that stops the cycle of abuse. I hope all of the money for this documentary goes back to the victims, is what he's saying. The first time I watched the trailer and I saw that man saying, one of our child actors? No, that couldn't be. Yes, this happened for years. It happens all throughout the industry under your care, under your watch, because of people that you hired and then turned a blind eye to. That is why it happened. I mean, everything about this environment is just so gross. Whenever I do an episode like this, I just feel like I need to cleanse myself afterwards. Not to make a joke about it, but if I was going to, I'd be using Olivia. Now, navigating the skincare and cosmetic world can often feel like an insane journey, with countless products promising miraculous results. Finding something that actually nurtures and improves your skin while ensuring its safety can be daunting. Thankfully, my new sponsors, Olivia Skincare, is here to save the day. Olivia's exclusive prebiotic feel about all of this, so we're gonna bring down the tone again. I mean, just go read Jeanette McCurdy's book. It was not a good environment. Back to the trailer for Quiet on Set. At the end, you guys probably noticed, there was an empty chair. The bombshell guest for this series that everybody was waiting for. People were going back and forth on the comments of who it might be. One person said, I would be surprised if it's not Amanda Bynes, we talked about at the beginning. I grew up watching her, and seeing old videos of her makes me feel like I'm mourning a family member, because whatever happened destroyed her so badly that she is a shell of a person now. I hope if it is her, telling the story will heal her a little bit. I haven't seen her smile in too long. It's heartbreaking. She was a...
And yes, I would have to say too on that. I mean, she's one that we've talked about a lot.
Yes.
Amanda Bynes. I mean, she's just not...
She's not the same. She
No.
used to be, she cracked. I mean, she wasn't really so much just involved with like drugs and stuff, but like serious mental illness before the drugs.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously there was stuff that went on with her there. I mean, we know that for a fact. I mean, you can just see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if anything does come of it.
Yeah, like I said, this kid that's coming up here, it's he was kind of outside of our age range. Like I said, we were already in our 20s, I think, by the time he started becoming popular. But this was the way of, the dark side of like child entertainment. And so this was the past. We kind of like all know about that now. People are getting away with it the way they used to. There's more laws in place now.
Yeah.
But now, as we'll see in the next videos, there's a whole other bag.
Exactly. Now it's the parents who are to blame for 2/3 of the problems.
I think kind of even back then, though, I mean, think about Britney Spears' situation. It was kind of the
Yes.
perfect then, too.
Hers is the perfect thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she went off the rails.
Yeah.
Because of it.
completely, you know.
She still kind of is, back and forth. I mean...
She's pretty out there. Yeah, I don't think she's ever going to recover from that. She's got, again, very serious mental illness now.
Yeah, she does.
Perfect example, though.
Yeah, it is.
Mega star in the early 2000s. The Amanda Show on Nickelodeon. He's the Man. Sydney White, just to name a few of her biggest hits. I loved her, as we all did. Rails. She ended up in rehab and psych wards, and she's just now trying to get back on her feet, but obviously she's not the same woman that she was. The other top contender for that empty chair, the bombshell guest slot, was none other than Drake Bell. Somebody commented and said, allegedly Drake Bell was sexually assaulted on the set of The Amanda Show, The Amanda Bind, and was gifted Drake and Josh if he kept quiet. And a lot of people are saying that Drake might be the special guest. I can tell you that Jeanette probably ain't the secret guest because she told her story through her book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And Alexa saying, I've been waiting 17 years for today, gave me goosebumps. I'm so here for this. That is who it is. It is Drake Bell. This all came out earlier this week with an exclusive clip from the documentary. Let's watch this video.
To hear that Brian Peck was a sexual predator, it made me wonder immediately about who was being hurt.
Oh, God. Again, I just keep having chills. So the man at the top of that video, the guy with all the pickles, is Brian Peck. And he was an on-set coach for a lot of these kid shows. He was also an actor, so he would guest star on different Disney and Nickelodeon shows. And in 2003, he was arrested for multiple counts of sexual abuse, child abuse. He admitted it. He was found guilty, was put in prison, and then he was released 16 months later. And the horrifying thing is, his career still wasn't over. Somebody on Twitter commented and said, Brian Peck was also in Sweet Life after being in jail, which is just wild. And just infuriating because, again, that is a kid show. But no one ever came forward as his victims. Nobody was named. It was all kept very silent until now. And according to information from Quiet on Set and Variety and Deadline, all the articles I've read about it, Drake Bell is the secret guest because he was the primary unnamed minor in that case. He was the one who was allegedly molested by this man. It is disgusting. So now you look at Drake Bell's trajectory, his life, what he's been doing as an adult. It all makes sense. But all in all, even though this is all horrifying, I'm so glad that so many people, so many former actors are...
I mean, to think that a kid would have to go through any of this just kills you.
Yeah. Just for the
You know, he was quieted and given a show just to keep shut up about it. Because somebody couldn't be bothered and, you know, wanted to continue doing what they were doing.
That's insane.
It is.
Coming forward to share their stories for this time, it's important for their own healing, of course, but also it's important so that the rest of the world can see what really went on here. I think it's very easy to point fingers at these stars and say, oh, they're crazy, they're insane, look what celebrity does to you, all of this. But you need to know what these kids went through at the hands of adults that were supposed to help them and protect them and nurture them. Like, no shit, they are screwed up. The stories that I heard growing up in this industry, I mean, the things that I saw, the things I experienced firsthand and watched happen on some of these shows, that is just the tip of the iceberg. And every time I see a story like this, I just, like, cannot thank my mother enough for the way that she protected me. Like, she was a shark in the best way. But so many kids were not as lucky. And in general, and you guys know this because we talk about it a lot, whether it's in the...
So I've been wanting to do like a video or a special for a couple of months now, since about 6 months after he started becoming a YouTuber. And
Yes.
he wanted to be a YouTuber from the moment he was born. He was always talking to himself saying like and subscribe and ring the bell.
Yeah, I know, before we even knew what it was.
And he when he was like 8 or 9 years old, he was just like begging me to be able just to post some videos, and I'm like, no, you can't do that. We waited until he was 12. And even that first year, we managed very closely the kind of interactions he had with people, who he was talking to, who was leaving comments, what kind of comments were being left. Because as you see, even now, some of the more negative comments, they really get to him. Can you imagine a child that's completely and totally unsupervised with the entertainment, and they're seeing, there's no filter?
Well, it's no wonder that you see the suicides that you do.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's cyberbullying.
Right, and it's like if you're going to be the parent of a star or an influencer or a YouTuber or whatever, it's like you better be involved and you better know the business.
Yes,
and all
for
the
sure.
things that go on and all the little tricks that predators use and everything. Like we found out about those code words that are used for certain for certain content media and everything.
Yeah.
It's like you better be in the know. It's like as a parent, you have to be involved. It's like the number one thing.
I know, exactly, and that's what we've done. This one's almost
education
over.
system or politics, whatever, We have just utterly lost the plot when it comes to protecting children, but especially when it comes to social media and entertainment. Like, it just has to end. It is time to do better, and I'm so glad that people are speaking out. I'm excited to watch this docuseries. I think it's going to be important.
When's it going to be on?
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the comment section and maybe even learned something new. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you want some, hopefully more uplifting content, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. See you guys next time.
Hello everyone, today I sort of need to tread lightly around this video because we're talking about a TikTok account with 4.8 million followers called the Garza Crew. Now, the Garza Crew is a TikTok account that is focused around a mother and her 2 daughters. In their description it says they do Get Ready With Us's satire/reality. Now, one of my biggest thoughts here is you're telling me that these little girls understand the nuance of satire? You're making content that goes completely over their heads. I don't believe that they can consent to being in content at this age just because, I don't know, they are so small. And in no way am I going to talk about these girls as if I'm mad at them or whatever the fuck. Like, I've seen this trend on TikTok of people making fun of one particular video that we can watch.
We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course we are obsessed with skincare.
And they had to turn off comments because it seems like they were getting a lot of hate. Now, I hope to Christ almighty that these girls are not.
The other thing is the whole skincare thing from Sephora. You know, that's your bonus one that I have there. Is I have one of the Sephora girls add-ons because they kind of go hand in hand. And it's like this little girl said, she said, we're Gen Alpha. Of course we're obsessed with skincare. That's what's going to be the identifying marker of your generation is, that you're skincare influencers. It's like I said, influencer to me is such a dirty word. It's such a bad word.
It is. And it's ridiculous, too, the way that these girls look.
Yeah.
The fact that they look about 10 years older than they truly are. And that is one of the biggest problems that you have. Is these guys don't know the real age.
No, look at the pageant kids.
Yes.
If you just looked at their faces, you would swear they were like 16 years old.
Yeah.
17 years old, 8, sometimes 20 years old.
That's how old they're making them look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get real here.
Yeah.
Not do this to your kid and make it be subject to abuse.
Yeah. And it's like the parents are already abusing them.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, I don't know how old those girls are. But like I said, he was 12. The time we even started letting him begin to build a channel and build a brand, and it was still it's still co-owned by all of us because we're his parents.
Yes.
And so we got to take the brunt of a lot of that stuff, and it's like we're not gonna sell him out to a bunch of sponsors and stuff and have him be doing all these stupid commercials just so that we can reap the benefits.
Exactly.
It's like I haven't even gotten into that yet. Go ahead.
Seeing any of this. I hope that they don't have phones. I hope that they don't even really care about reception of their content because this looks bad. We'll keep watching.
With skincare. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course my favorite stores are Sephora and Ulta.
Okay, but your favorite stores are going to be Sephora and Ulta because that's what your mother likes, When I was a child, my favorite store was Home Depot because my mom liked it, not because I was interested in looking at wood planks. You know what I mean? Like, I get that this is maybe something that you have interest in, but these girls do not need skincare or makeup in the slightest. I don't know how old they are. And if this was a different situation, I would absolutely be blurring these girls' faces. But they have 4.8 million followers on TikTok, and I believe that the mother's to blame. Their content has been liked 191 million times. I cannot be the first person who's covering this. And when these girls grow up, if they want this video taken down, then I will absolutely do it. Unlike their mother, of course. She's done irreparable damage.
We're Gen Alpha influencers.
Yes, you were just saying.
I was saying he's a stand-up fellow. That's really good. That's a really honorable content creator there.
Yes, saying that he will take it down if that's what the girls want later in life. That is absolutely.
That's stand-up, man. That's good.
Of course we wear a headband when we're doing our Get Ready With Me's. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course we don't have toys.
Okay, so I've seen like this first shot in a bunch of stitches on TikTok, and a lot of people are responding with like, I've never hated a kid more. This kid's so fucking stupid. And it's like, all right, man, I don't know if that's what we should be taking away from this. We're blaming the child who's in the content. Absolutely not. Listen, my skin is really, really bad right now, partly because I'm feeling really, really terrible about my career path, but I don't have a skincare routine like this. I don't know of anybody who has a skincare routine like this besides literally Patrick Starr, the makeup influencer. But I absolutely don't think that what we should be taking from this is that the children are to blame. So now let's go back to the Garza Cruz TikTok bio. Get ready with us, satire/reality. If these girls understand satire, the idea of satire, then I will shove toilet paper in my mouth and shut the fuck up forever, okay? But that's not what's happening. What really bothers me is just how much the mom's profiting off of this. Like, here you see Garza Crew. We've got affiliate links up the fucking wazoo. Little Tyke Story Dream Machine, Kodak Flick Smart Projector, Noggin Little Kids Big Learning, Temu, Hyper Go-Go, Mixsoon, Podcast, Walmart Plus, My Puppy's Home. Ask me a question with a guaranteed reply for $20. I mean, I would love to, but that just sounds awful. Then you can send tip. Are these tips going to your daughters, or are they going to you? Are you figuring out how to disperse all of this money evenly across your daughters according to their screen time and what they're doing? Now, Garza Crew was on my radar for quite a while.
So that's the other thing I was talking about when they're like profiting off of these kids.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
No.
You know, like with him, if he starts becoming monetized, it's like you take half of the money and you put it away for him.
Yes.
You know, and we take a small cut right now because we're the ones paying the bills, and we're the ones setting up the content, we're the ones that are paying for this, but just a very small amount to cover that.
Most of it goes back into...
Yeah, we go back into the channel. You know, not like we're trying to like make a profit or anything, and then once he starts completely doing everything on his own, then he'll make 100% of the profit.
Yeah,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
Like, it's kind of like an apprenticeship, you know, it's like you take a small cut of it, you know, because they're apprenticing.
Yep.
Like I would say we cut it, you know, he gets 75%, and then whatever his half is, half of it he has to put toward his education and his travels.
Yes.
And the other half he can do with whatever he wants.
What he pleases.
And then with our 25%, we pay the bills and keep the channel going.
Exactly.
You know, that's
yes.
It's all. And it's like I said, no sponsorships. There's no time for that sort of stuff. That's really horrible. And it's like, so much time goes into it. And you see how much time goes into it just with the part-time YouTubing that we do.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Can you imagine the full-time? I mean, they always got a camera in their face, always got a phone in their face, always doing it for the camera. They don't have time just to play and do things that they want to do.
No.
They're always on. You know, there's no set time for them to be, you know, just influencers and then just kids.
Exactly.
It's all together. Every ounce of their freaking day is like recorded and scripted and sponsored. And I can't.
When you get sponsored?
Not right now.
Okay.
Like when you're like 16 or 17 and you can handle it, you know.
Well, you just, okay. I didn't know how it works.
That's good, because you're not supposed to.
You're not.
Okay.
Because I saw this video on my For You page and it scared me. Let's Go Shopping at Sephora by Garza Crew.
It's that time of the month again. The girls did all their chores and they get to pick a place to spend their
Money.
Where do you want to go?
Sephora!
Now, I've heard from like dermatologists who are saying that they're killing their skin right now. Like, your skin is supposed to be the best of your life at this age, you know? I mean, there's a reason why like Anne Hathaway is taking baby foreskin and melting it down and rubbing it all over her face. Like, they have much, much better skin than we do. And I don't know, to like fuck that up and make them start thinking about skincare at such a young age, I feel like will only be a downside.
Let's do it.
So are we just going for colors? I mean, am I stupid? If I was this age, I'd go, oh, this color is cool. This packaging's cool. I'm not reading the ingredients on the back of a fucking CeraVe cream.
It's time to check out. I'm so excited. Me too.
What are you guys getting? If you guys are getting anything besides literally what your mom's selling in affiliate links, like a little tyke play place, then something's up here.
What do you think the total's gonna be?
I don't know, maybe 201.
Oh no. Wouldn't it be so funny if she was like 201? You girls are spending a lot more of mommy's money. You guys think it's just $200 to look this good?
201.
Ooh, I know. I think our budget's gonna be 400.
Haven spent way too much. Cody spent even more than Haven. Okay, mom, listen to me for one fucking second. I don't even know the mom's name, but we need to look up from your phone, from your TikTok right now, and look at this. Your kid's shoelace isn't tied. Have you taught your kid how to tie their goddamn shoelace? Because what you're doing right now is filming her walk out of a store, and she may very well trip on that fucking flooring. I also saw this video that was getting so much hate. Like, the kids I think is fascinating. The mom.
Yeah, but maybe that's the plan.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna sue the place. And,
Right.
I mean, you never know anymore.
You never know, man.
Should be the one who's getting hate. Absolutely. Look at the comments here. Because we're twins. Bahaha. My ick is Haven. People who love these girls. Well, that's nice. Because we twins, Haven. Why is the search heaven farts? If that was the fucking search, mom, you need to log off the goddamn internet. If the search was anything like that, take them off the internet. Take them out of school. I don't give a fuck. Like, literally move to the middle of nowhere. I don't care. They need to be away.
Yeah.
Stop.
Today we go share our eggs.
Oh,
That Cody always runs and it annoys me. Every time he would get...
Is that a little girl's, like, is that a real reaction? Fair enough. I've never heard anybody under 13 say, fair enough, cut.
Fair enough.
Weird. I would love to see, if they have an editor or something, leak that raw footage, please. Because the cut, fair enough, and then a cut? Is mommy giving lines?
Every time he would get out of the shower, who does the booty dance, it annoys me. It's like silly. I love the booty dance. Okay, next step.
You know how when parents post photos, like baby photos of their kids, but like show everything and don't blur anything? Like, I'm not saying that that's on the same level, but like if the search in this was Haven farts on Coty, and then you're giving them
Number 2. Every time I celebrate my birthday, Cody celebrates her birthday.
Okay, what is she reading off of? Because this, what does this say? Help? Holy fuck. Imagine if it just said help. Help. My mom is making me put the shit on my skin and I don't understand what it is. It burns. She's making me put retinol on my skin.
Day 2. Because we twins, Haven. I am annoyed.
That's what people were mad at in the fucking comments? No shot, dude.
When Haven cries. I'm annoyed. You cried too. I got step number 1.
She's making them tell their icks, which I guess is a modern feminist word for things that are like, you know, I don't want to deal with you kind of thing, right?
Bugs them, or
Like usually in the dating scene, it means it's a deal breaker, but I guess she's correlating it to her children somehow.
Yeah.
And she's making them like think about things that bother them about each other, right? Like the sisters,
Yes.
like this bothers me about my sister, and this bothers me about my sister. She's making them think of that and like bring light to it and like, you know, amplify it, like add fuel to the fire here,
Yeah.
and post it on the internet.
Yeah, and then coaching them on what to say, what it looks like.
That's stupid. I mean, who is benefiting from this?
Her, obviously.
The mothers have no
Yeah.
talent. They have no, like, empathy or compassion.
Yeah, they're not trying to show themselves.
No.
It's just the girls, just to draw more attention to
Right.
it.
It's just another modern feminist weird thing, you know? It's like, where are ever the fathers in this? The profile picture was just her and the 2 girls.
Yeah.
But it's called the Garza family, right?
Yeah, it is.
Where's the dad?
I don't know.
Again. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the dad, and I don't know if we get to on this one or not.
I'm not sure. On a side note, it's just like the remake of the Mean Girls movie that they did. And it's like, among other things that they took out and put in, like, that were just, like, just wow. You know, I showed you.
Yeah, you did.
But one of the main things to notice is that there was no dad. They took the dad out.
Yeah, there wasn't.
So
because that's the new thing is so many women now are by themselves.
Singles, the single
Yeah.
mothers and everything. So within like 20 years, they've just completely obliterated the nuclear family.
They have.
In like media and everything. Because it's like, I remember when Katie, she was having problems with her life, and remember the original one, and, and her mom was like really mad, and her mom couldn't handle it. She's like, I'm not talking to you. And then she sat down and she talked with the dad, and then because the dad was level-headed, and he was like, okay, so how, what's really going on here? The mom was like upset, and he was the level-headed one.
Yeah.
And he gave her super sound advice.
And they have nothing like that in that one.
No, in the remake, it's all the mother.
Yeah.
It's all the mother that does that. And it's like, so you can't even show the vulnerability of the mother not being able to handle the situation.
Exactly.
Leave the room. You can't even show that.
Yeah.
It's like they're all just super powerful women,
Exactly.
Go ahead.
At school, Cody always follows me and it annoys me. Because we're in the same class, Haven. Every time I try to give him a hug, her says, ew. Come on.
All right, we're gonna watch one more because I think that if we're talking about the mother, we need to see what kind of content she makes. Here we go.
Do some Christmas shopping.
First, we're gonna wash our face, and then I got some new skincare for us to try.
Oh, good.
Let's get started. We washed our faces. Next up, toner.
Feels good.
Oh, toner. Okay, yeah. We should be putting toner,
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's no. Let me go back because this was actually super telling. This girl is in a unicorn shirt. Stop making her put toner.
This lady looks related to your family.
Yes. It's scary.
And that's probably not a good thing.
No. Not with the family line, no.
Yes, I fucking added that sound effect. I have a soundboard. What do you want?
What does it sound like, dude?
Do you guys want to hear one more sound? It's pretty good.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats.
That's a good one. Anyways, we'll keep going. Sorry.
So I'm always looking for some kid-friendly skincare brands, and I found that
If you are a kid-friendly skincare brand, cease all operations now.
this mix soon.
Sounds
We're going to
like
use this.
It's funny. Okay, so I will tell you that for children's skincare, particularly when they get to the age of 12, 13, or 14, and they start needing to have, like the oils and stuff, they need the oils. Because if you strip the oils off, then you have trouble. But it's their diet. You have to start maintaining what they're eating so that this stuff's not coming from the inside out. That's the first thing. The second thing is they do need a gentle cleanser to be able to take the dirt away. Of course, I don't even buy anything of ours, so I would just recommend oatmeal and coconut oil. Oatmeal for the cleansing, because it's good for every skin type, whether it's dry or oily. It's just a good balancing. It has a pH balancing thing in it, so it's really good. And then just coconut oil, because it's just like really easy to work with, and you can just put it on, wipe it off, and it helps protect it as well. And of course, skin, sunscreen, in case you have light skin or something.
Yes.
So like the only things that should be touching any sort of adolescent's face.
Exactly.
Like if you're any younger, water, water and
they don't need anything else.
Yeah, it's like, and maybe it's just again like a gentle cleanser, but like he didn't have any problems all the way up until, he was turning 13.
Exactly.
And even still, his skin is like really minimal as far as blemishes and blackheads and stuff, because it's just simple, natural stuff. This stuff is going to screw them up so bad.
Oh, it will for sure.
I didn't mean to hijack that, but
ladies and gentlemen, that's Daughter of Otten. You can find her channel through mine. It's pinned. So if you need any of your skincare, any ladies out there that need sound advice, she's on there. Go check her page out. She's amazing.
Thank you. I do have a video about oats and the history of oats and how they've been used in skin and hair care. And this week I'm putting a video out about hair washing and general hair care and stuff. So the natural way.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Day. So it is hypoallergenic and cruelty-free with no...
I don't think... Oh, you can't say that that's cruelty-free, honey. Come on now. This is not cruelty-free. Look at these kids.
No alcohol or fragrances. Let's put it on.
Massage it in and then let it dry.
Mini influencer
This
shirt.
feels so
Oh,
relaxing. Whoa, my skin feels so soft and moisturized.
Oh,
I'm
honey.
obsessed.
It would anyway.
That is so coached. I mean, come on, people. That is so stupid. A kid would not care. Their skin's gonna be soft anyway.
How old are these girls, would you say?
9 or 10? 9, I think they said.
9? That's generous. I don't think that they were even like 7, but
Yeah.
Can we get more of this?
It's available.
So cool.
Peace out, mama.
Wait, it's available on Amazon. Wait. Oh, this is a must add to your Christmas list. Mix Soon official and can't wait to try other products.
Oh,
40
paid?
to 50%
Yep,
Black Friday
paid.
sale happening now. Mix Soon. GD it all.
It's an ad.
No, this is an ad. This whole thing's an ad, man. I don't even know what toner is. God damn it. They look so nice. Not her. They're so innocent, and there's no reason for them to be doing this. Or like, who are they wearing makeup and doing skincare for? Who? What is? Because if you're just going to school, literally the only person who's making you do skincare is your fucking mom, and your skin looks fine. I'm just gonna say something flat out. Her skin does look good, but I would not put it past her if that's the skin of a third child. I only see 2 kids: little Buffalo Bill, little Muffalo Mill. Oh, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let's not send any hate to the Garza crew. I'm just nervous for them, you know? Like, they just posted this. Minding our business, making fun TikToks. Karen. Made this 2 years ago, but even more true today. You can't win on the internet. Attack of the Karens. Love clickbaiting those fucking kids. God damn it, man. Anyways, also, if you want to become a member, I would greatly appreciate it. Members are how I keep this channel going. You also get a bunch of cool tiers. You get access to my exclusive Discord, and I have literally hours and hours of footage in here. I watched Matt Rife for 2.5 hours. Become a member right now, and you can see it. I'll talk to you all later.
I know, he does some of the
We're
work.
Gen Alpha influencers.
Where he,
My
like,
teeth
is
haven't
sitting
even
there-
come in yet.
Hold on. Yeah. He is sitting there for literally like 5 hours, he said, watching videos.
Yeah.
That is some of his content.
That's crazy.
That is.
And they don't get copywritten?
I don't know.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
So who was that?
Jake, I think he said.
Okay.
We're going on to Drama Queen.
Go ahead. Do you have the napkin?
I'm getting pimped on social media by my parents. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, our parents value going viral and making a quick buck off of us so much more than protecting us from creeps getting damaged skin by the time we're 16 and forcing us to be 20 at 10. There's a new era of influencers approaching us, and they're starting out as young as 5. With the ever-growing rise of get ready with me's, we're now seeing a trend developing within an age group that shouldn't be happening at all. Anti-aging products are surprisingly really popular amongst these child influencers who are just so deathly.
I did. I said that we're going on to Drama Queen.
Oh, okay. But, all right, so you paused it.
Yes.
And you said...
Yeah, we were
pointed
talking,
the
and
thing and said that,
it was paused.
Okay, well, then, what is the title of it?
It's Gen Alpha influencers are a nightmare.
Okay.
Afraid of aging, not realizing that using anti-aging serums at 9 years old is the most dystopian shit I have ever seen lately. These practices will inevitably have negative effects on their skin by the time they turn 16. And it's not good. These parents should be putting their foot down and not being so appearance obsessed to the point they're supporting their 9-year-old's habits by using anti-aging serums day in and day out. Sweetheart, you are 9, not 49! This kid has such clear skin, it is entirely pointless.
This is coming from somebody who makes her entire fashion statement about all kinds of radical freaking makeup and everything.
Yeah.
Also, they talk about being Gen Alpha influencers. What else do they do besides the makeup?
I don't know.
Like, I haven't seen a gamer.
No.
I haven't seen anybody doing anything outside. I haven't seen anybody doing any tricks on their bicycle or anything. They're all doing skincare.
Yes.
I've even seen little boys doing the skincare crap.
Wow.
And
I haven't seen any of those.
yeah, I don't know if I could find any of those, but they just been kind of stuck in with like other pageant people and everything, you know.
Yeah.
To be using products only to cause what this kid is fearing, a massive breakout. Oh my god, disgusting. Ew.
Can you hear
Upon further
her?
inspection, this kid is an ambassador for a
it's
skincare
lower.
brand that isn't even marketed towards children. This Bubble skincare brand is doing exactly what Drunk Elephant is doing, though.
Oh, God.
Basically, copy and pasting their formula in, you know, making these spunky aesthetic products that are really pleasing to the eyes, especially of kids. Kids don't have dull and discolored skin. Kids don't have bumpy and clogged skin. So for a kid to be ambassador for a brand that isn't even for them is so, for a lack of better term, wild as This brand sent this kid an ambassador package with a hydrating moisturizer and cleanser. Odd because they posted an entire video about how it's counterproductive to use skincare products, especially if you are under the age of 13. Young faces typically don't experience acne, oiliness, hyperpigmentation, dryness, but let's send this random 10-year-old a brand ambassador package and make her brand ambassador. That sounds amazing.
We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, we are obsessed with skincare. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, my favorite stores are Sephora and Ulta. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, we wear a headband when we're doing our Get Ready With Me's. We're Gen Alpha influencers. Of course, we don't have toys.
None of these kids have teeth yet, but yet are being subjected to a life they don't even know the half of what it entails. The fact that these parents were so okay with filming a video like this instead of telling their 7-year-old children, hey, nah, y'all are like 7. Let's not grow up so fast. You have plenty of growing up to do. But these are the crucial years that you will never get back.
Influencers. Of course, we don't have toys.
And the fact that that didn't even cross their minds tells me everything I need to know. They can't even properly pronounce influencer, yet have social media? I'm sorry, maybe it's not time for TikTok yet, let alone using adult skincare products that are disrupting these kids' natural development of their skin. The future is looking bleak at this point. We were supposed to have flying cars, but no. We have 7-year-old influencers. Personally, I don't even remember perceiving myself until I hit high school. That's why it's just so wild to me as to how these kids have become so obsessed with stopping the aging process. And they're thinking about that, right? At only 7 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10. Parents have really failed this generation. I can't lie. But it's 2024, I forgot. Kids are obsessed with shapewear, Drunk Elephant, and TikTok. With the more pressure that these children feel to make content, to be posting.
Yeah, and it all depends on the parents. You know, it's up to the parents to keep, the kids safe and from doing what they're not supposed to do.
I was saying that it doesn't prove that the products work either. See, I'm trying to not talk so much. I'm trying to prompt you to talk so much because it's your live stream.
I know. I like talking with you about it.
But you're not talking with me this live stream. You're just letting me talk, and you haven't hardly said anything on this live stream.
Okay. I'm also watching it to see if I can get some points.
I mean, I have only 30 minutes of like stuff for you to use. Usually you stop and talk about it for about 30 minutes also. That's all I've got for you this time, so we don't No,
I know.
You're gonna end up running short if this is the case.
I'll make sure that more talked about.
Of the time to constantly having the new patch updates of Drunk Elephant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, the last thing that it does not prove that the product does work at all. I mean, these kids using it can not at all show what the product's capable of.
I mean, if it's supposed to be something that's supposed to like remove redness and shit, then how is that supposed to happen if they don't even have any redness in anything to begin with?
Exactly. It's gonna cause redness is what it's gonna do.
Yeah, and then they'll need a product to fix that, you know?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 retinol, it is going to cause lots of unnecessary stress and anxiety when they aren't becoming popular. We have never seen this before. We are some of the very first people watching all of this go down before our very eyes. Even with child actors, parents were forced to put money away for their future. There's actual laws in that industry that say a child can't work more than X amount of hours because it is damaging to the mental well-being of a child. These kids, though, don't have a choice. Their boss...
Yes, the working, limiting kids' working hours is right. With the Hollywood, we're overdoing it by far.
Well, that's not exactly what she's saying. What they're saying is there's actually laws put into place in Hollywood. There's actually unions that are for the protection of the children as far as the labor goes. The main concern that you have coming from Hollywood is the fact that, there's pedophilia and all that shit going on. But what she's talking about is there's actual laws that regulate through the labor board how much a child can be on set, dedicating time to working on a movie. They have to go to school. They have to put a certain amount of time into school. There's people that actually regulate that. There's people
not
that,
with the...
Yeah, that make sure that they're getting the adequate kind of nutrition and healthcare and everything. There's people involved.
But not with the child influencers.
Within child influencers, no. It's
the parents are all...
Like you said, the parents are the ones that are in charge of everything. And the parents are the ones that are working them to death.
Yes.
There's laws in Hollywood, contracts in Hollywood that say X amount of money has to be put into a trust bank account from this project for your child. Of course, the parents have always benefited from it. They've always gotten free stuff and they end up siphoning money at the time.
But now they can push it more. And take a lot more of the money.
Yeah, now the kids probably don't get any money.
Probably not.
It's like, I was thinking that when they were talking about them being sponsored by, and like when it was an ad, that's why my mouth dropped open because of that's an ad. Like there used to be rules and contracts. I mean, I worked in Hollywood for a while. I worked with animals in Hollywood.
Yeah, you've worked a lot.
I was underage, and I had to sign certain contracts. And, and my mother had to sign certain contracts. And, it was like there are unions and there are boards and overseeing bodies that, govern everything to do with that. And now you can go and make an ad and have your kid on, like I was saying, all the time. There is no set work time.
Exactly.
That is there for the kids. It's not 8 hours. It's not even 12 hours. It's like whenever she decides to whip out the camera and record them doing an unboxing or record them doing some playtime or record them doing their hair, their skincare or whatever. There isn't there's no privacy.
And I mean, I thought that there was regulations as far as the thing went. Like even if it was an adult doing it, I thought kids could not be present in it.
For what?
The promotion, the promoting of the products.
Well, we know YouTube. This isn't YouTube. This is TikTok.
Oh, that's right.
And it doesn't.
That's a whole different.
And but he had a TikTok account. He was trying to get established on that for a little bit, and he found out he couldn't even make content until he was 16.
Yeah. So how's that? I guess we have the parent in it.
Probably. So it's like technically it's hers, but she's using the kids.
And that's how the kids are the ones getting most of the views.
Yeah. I mean, it's just using them as pawns.
Yeah.
And it gets me riled up because it's that's exploitation of children.
It is, yes, by far.
And it's everything that's happening now in the West is just tearing down women and children. Like the heart of the society.
Yes.
It's like that's what they're attacking. They're attacking, women's, they're pushing women's rights and promoting abortions and all kinds of stuff of that nature. They're promoting like non-nuclear family lifestyles. They're promoting the exploitation of children. They're letting it happen.
It's by far the downfall, and it's the fastest downfall in history that's come.
Yeah.
With the way that we are, the West has advanced, it's the fastest downfall for a civilization.
I guess because they had a few times to have some trial and error before they got it right and real quick this time. But it's like, I mean, doesn't it really seem scripted?
Yes.
Doesn't it seem like it's really completely done intentionally?
It does.
On a separate kind of side note, it's like what happened with the pandemic. You had people that were just saw it rallying because either you are wearing a mask, and you had people that didn't want to wear a mask, and both of them were staunch and just aggressive on their approach to it. And then you come forward 3 or 4 years and they say, well, it really wasn't that big of a deal. It can be treated like the common flu.
They just came forward like that now. Oh, well, yeah, I guess COVID isn't that bad.
You can't say that. That's why I said the pandemic.
Pandemic, yes.
You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say it has to be the jab. You can't say that. That's why I was really careful about what I just said.
But yes, that wasn't that bad. That's what they said. And just recently.
Fauci said that the 6 foot mandate and the lockdown was just hastily done, and it really wasn't a benefit.
Yeah, it wasn't needed, wasn't...
Yeah, so they have admittedly, once again, flip-flopped their position.
Yeah.
And everybody was fighting for their cause. Getting into physical fights about it, separating families, separating friends, people not wanting to talk to the people because they refused to get the jab, or people talking to people because they did get the jab.
Exactly.
And they admitted that it didn't have to be that way. So
exactly.
It just comes down to, it just feels really scripted.
It truly does.
Like it's being done on purpose, And I used to be generous. I used to say that we've been here for about 500 years as a society. And when I did the math the other day, I think it came down to it was only like 320.
320?
Yeah, I'll double check that. But yeah, it was considerably less than I had thought.
And I mean, that's what I was saying, is it's like amazing how quick society is falling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's already almost hit the top of where it's going to be. And now it's going to start just...
Yeah. It's, there's, at the end of every civilization, you have the obsession with gender.
Yes.
Or the disappearance of gender. There's always some sort of emphasis on that, though.
There is.
And we're here again. And it's because there's nothing else. I mean, they have everything. We have everything at our fingertips. We have running water. We have food whenever we want it. We have entertainment whenever we want it. There is nothing else.
Yes, exactly.
So they invent problems. Anyway, go ahead.
Is their parent. Their teacher is their parent. And it's clear that some of these millennial parents, now I'm not coming for everybody, but some of them clearly did not learn from what happened to the Disney stars. If you know, you know. It just keeps going. Ain't no way I just saw this literal child using an acid that is recommended to not be used by children. It's actually recommended by the FDA themselves to avoid using BHA on both children and infants. Do parents even know what the they are buying for their kids anymore? What is a 9-year-old doing with a Clinique skincare product? I literally thought Clinique was only...
That is terrible. I mean, that much stuff the kids are showing off. And you can tell that they have done this a lot with the way that she is showing it off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost professional.
Yeah. I watch even some of their makeup routines, and they know how to do all the dots and the blending and all of this stuff, and they have this whole category, get ready with me, and then they talk about stuff. And I mean, it's like watching a copycat of those, 30-year-old women on TikTok complaining about their lack of love life.
Yes.
It's just miniature.
It's absolutely. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Like the older kind of skin, not like the 9-year-old kind of skin. BHA products are generally recommended to be used twice a week, but these children are seen to be using it more than twice a day. Business is going to be booming for dermatologists within the next 10 years. If you're a dermatologist, sweetheart, you are in for a payday. And that's not good. I mean, obviously you getting paid is smack bang amazing, but it's not good. The fact that all parents want to do nowadays is just throw an iPad in front of their kids, or here's a bunch of skincare products that I saw on TikTok that you've been obsessed with, but I don't have the gall to say no or anything. Not like the app promotes. This kid was using a literal anti-aging serum. What the f*** is anything anymore, bro? I genuinely do not feel like I'm living in a real timeline right now. You got kids thinking playing with toys is cringe when they're only like 7. Kids using anti-aging products as if they're already 40. Kids automatically skipping their childhood to become some soulless beauty influencer who just continues the cycle of toxic beauty standards being pushed onto the young generation, and kids being afraid of aging will only get younger and younger and younger. It'll be 2057 and 3-year-olds will be shaking in their boots over the thought of turning 18. This world is smoking something potent and I don't want any of it. So what do we think about the Gen Alpha influencers? I didn't think that it would be happening this quickly, but unfortunately it is. Thank you so much for your time today, everybody. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down the comment section below. Your stay at Yappersville today is appreciated with every ounce of my booty. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was Drama Queen. You can see how it's spelled in the title there. Is there more?
I think the last one that I have is just more or less these, I think, check it. It might be the Sephora kids.
Oh, I didn't have to do that. I could have just said next. Yeah, it's just Sephora
It's
kids.
just the Sephora kids, so it's up to you if you want to watch that or you can wrap
That's
it
fine.
up.
We'll watch that.
Gen Z kids are causing chaos in the Sephora stores, costing the company hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions. And customers took to TikTok and they are completely and utterly outraged. So without further ado, let's cancel some 10-year-olds.
I genuinely thought you guys were exaggerating when you guys were telling your stories about the little girls and
He says let's cancel some 10-year-olds, and all I can think of is Matt
And 10-year-olds as of today
are canceled. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to...
Sephora. They are actually insane.
These 10-year-old girls at Sephora are crazy. But what's crazier are the parents that aren't parenting.
They go up to the sample section
The
and quite
sidebars
literally
there.
destroy everything and make a huge mess that they don't even bother cleaning up.
It's not the fact that kids are in Sephora. It's the way that they're treating the workers within it as if they're second-class citizens.
So in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the chaos that's unraveling right now on TikTok. I've seen about 100 videos all over TikTok complaining about these little shits. So although I made it pretty dramatic in the intro, I don't fully blame these kids, okay? I actually blame the parents a lot more. Yes, that's right, parents. I blame you for handing your toddler an iPad. So I'd like to thank everybody for the support recently on the videos. I've been posting daily. I've also been replying to every single comment in the comment section, as you can see in the last 2 videos. I mean, you've just been showing me so much love, guys. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Now, we are going to look at some TikToks in a bit that was posted about the Gen Z kids in the Sephora store. But firstly, let's read this article. Sephora customers demand age policy as kids run amok.
A monk run amok in stores. Wait, hang on a second. What's this?
Yeah.
Woman rage against preteen Sephora kids on social media. Store employee talks about mean girl antics. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. Apparently these 10-year-olds are acting very, very mean and bitchy. Talk about mean girl energy. You see this aggressive demeanor towards older people. This level of disrespect that you've never seen from a child to a woman. They just simply do not care. Yeah, well, I have the parents to blame for that. And we're going to talk about that later on in the video. Now, you might be asking, what kind of havoc are they wreaking? Well, I've got some pictures here. We're going to watch the videos later on. But here's a picture of what they did to some sort of makeup tester. I mean, look at that. Did a kid vomit on that? What's going on? Can you please stop doing this to the testers inside of Ulta's and Sephora's? It's a bug.
You don't want to know what's probably on that makeup.
Seriously.
It's kids.
Kids
I mean,
touch everything, and they don't wash their hands, and they eat things that are that are sticky. And are you 10?
What?
Are you 10?
I am 13.
Yeah,
soon to be at 14.
So yeah, when I'm talking about you, I'm talking about kids that are between the ages of, well, birth and 14. Yeah.
Yeah, and we gotta say something.
Yeah.
Hey, Sancho.
Hello, Sancho.
You're just a little late.
Yeah, we're almost finished. This
is long
last video.
Last video, it's about 15 minutes long, so it'll go about 20 more minutes.
So I'm really glad you could make it.
Glad to see you.
Gen Z buggers. No, it's not buggers. What they're actually doing is they're opening the testers, making a mess everywhere, destroying products. I mean, you can't use this anymore. I mean, what the hell? How do you even get that stuff on top of there? What is that? Take it to the DNA lab. I want to know. I mean, look at this. Couldn't even be bothered to close the cap on it. You know what that is right there? Lack of attention span. Laziness. And it all stems from the parents giving them iPads at 10 years old. They've been watching too much TikTok. A goldfish has more attention span than these Gen Z kids. In fact, Jerry, what are you doing with that hat on? Take that off, Jerry. What have I told you? Jerry has more attention span than these kids, and this guy doesn't even move all day. He just sits there, and it's the parents' fault. The parents did this.
Stand.
Jerry has more attention span. Although I don't know about Cliff, though. He's pretty stupid. Sorry, Cliff. And you guys have to be trolling me in the comment section saying you've forgotten his name already. I said his name in the last video. It's Jerry, okay? It used to be with a J, now it's a G because it sounds cooler. Jerry. That's Jerry. And I saw a comment and said, what's the name of the pigeon in the background? There's no pigeon. I can't see a pigeon anywhere. Is there? Catherine said she witnessed Sephora kids push other customers out of the way to reach a product first, open and contaminate sealed products without buying them, and have had them abruptly interrupt while she was helping other customers. I mean, that's totally insane. And again, guys, please don't get me wrong, okay, here. I know there's going to be comments saying, oh, they're just kids. Yeah, but you have to understand something. The iPads came out in 2010. iPhones came out in 2010. So what we're witnessing right now is those kids who had iPads for the first time grow up. This is them. These were the kids that were like 6 and had iPads. This is them, and this is the stuff they're doing, and it's all the parents' fault. What's a 10-year-old even doing in a makeup store? When I was, I'm a guy, but when I was 10, okay, I was playing with my Action Man figures out in the garden. I was playing lightsabers with my dad, all right? I wasn't on an iPad. I wasn't on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I mean, it wasn't out then, but I didn't have any of this stuff, all right? And I imagine you guys are the same, right? Please, comment down below. What were you doing when you were 10 years old? Huh? Were you ravaging through makeup stores and opening concealed products? I didn't.
Nope, I was running up and down the streets, playing on the computer sometimes, video games though, and having pool parties at my friend's house.
At 10, I was learning how to do the rodeos and the gymkhanas with the horses, and I was working with the wolf dogs, because I just started when I was 9, so that was like the first year. And then I didn't get my first gaming thing until later. I think I was 10 also, but it was later. It was the N64. And so I wasn't allowed to play too much of that. No handhelds or anything.
See?
And he was more or less the same, running around out with his friends, going back and forth during the summer, playing in the pool.
Yes.
Going up to his friend's house. His friends come down here, It's like, and he should have been, he was kind of an iPad kid.
Yeah, just not, didn't get him that involved.
Exactly. So,
I think thanks to that.
Sancho, what were you doing when you were 10?
I'm sorry, but I take offense to that statement.
So?
Okay, so with a lot of questions going on asking about this 14-year-old kid, such as what are their parents' reactions, what are these things going to do to their skin, what's the big deal, all of these things, let me clear up a few things. First, let's start with why it's a big deal. I was at work yesterday and these two little girls come in with their grandma. The oldest is 12, the youngest is probably 8. The little girl runs to the Glow recipe section and runs to the register, didn't even look at the item that she picked up and just put it down in front of me. I look at the item that she puts up in front of me and it is a AHA and BHA toner. If you guys don't know what that is, basically it's going to retexturize the skin. I'm looking at this beautiful little 8-year-old girl's face, whose face literally looks like it's made of porcelain glass. That right there starts a whole nother conversation on the type of pressure that these girls feel to look like these 25-year-old girls because they're exposed to so much of their lives at such a young age, and that's not normal. And I just kindly looked at her and was like, just letting you know that if you do use this, it is very, very strong for your skin and it's not suitable for kids. Her grandma immediately butts in and is like, wait, is this not safe for her at all? Me and my manager without hesitation go, no. And her grandma looks at us, picks up the item and says, thank you so much. She points to the oldest of the two girls with her and says, her sister ruined her face by putting these random serums on her face and we've been trying to be a little bit more diligent with what they're picking up. Obviously, that older little girl was pissed. She storms off and runs out because grandma just literally told her.
Tell him.
I was gonna say, that's cool, Sancho.
Yeah, you said, say what you said though.
When I was 10, I was in elementary school. Joke. I was a human practicing martial arts.
See?
Yep.
Active,
yes.
Doing something with your body and your mind and getting in touch with the elements. And
unlike these kids that you see there just swiping.
Oh my gosh, like that little baby that we saw that was sleeping and it was scrolling.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing in his hands and
he was just scrolling. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's what the kids are turning into.
That her skin was ruined because she tried to follow a trend.
Okay, first things first, you know, the pressure that 10-year-old girls are feeling to look like 25-year-old models. Second of all, the child was bloody 8 years old. Third of all, the 12-year-old sister ruined her skin from following a trend. Are you seeing the connection here? It's the iPads. I bet when you guys were 10 years old, you weren't even aware of the beauty standards. I bet you weren't even aware of trends. It boils down to this. The parents need to take more responsibility of what they're buying for their children. I'll be honest with you, when I have a daughter or a son, I swear to God, they ain't having an iPad or a phone or anything until they're 14, 15. And until that time, they can have one of those small, you know, those burner phones. They can have one of those, and that's how I get to contact them on it. This ain't gonna be my child right here. Hell no, right? My child's gonna be raised with respect. It's gonna be raised with discipline. Gonna be raised with a beast dad. And I'm not telling the parents how they should raise their children, okay? You do you, and you parent the way you want to. But if you go the wrong way about it, this is what happens. A bunch of children destroying things. Oh, yeah, that's good for society. Not to mention, these products can ruin children's skin. Now, because of this, I'm pretty sure Sephora is going to be putting an age restriction on these products. Hopefully, anyway. I've seen something about it, but I'm trying to look for it. I can't find it. Now, let's just hear from someone else's experience. It looked like a squirrel had chewed the box, and I have to look inside to see if it's been tampered with. Jesus Christ, these 10-year-olds are feral. Chewing the box. What, like little baby teeth marks in there?
They need the rabies shots. Well, thank you. We're trying to get there, you know, over time.
Little bits.
Yep.
I think you've been at this, I think now about 6 months.
Yeah.
So that's pretty.
So
good.
within time, you know.
And you're getting really steady growth. I've been watching your analytics and everything.
Yeah.
So, and you got a good fan, you know.
Very good fan.
Something you should never see in a makeup store, should it? You know, perhaps you'd see it on like a Buzz Lightyear. How times have changed. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. Whatever you want to say, I don't care. Guys, let me know in the comments, do you agree? Am I speaking sense? Because this is wild. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I actually did find a clip from a 10-year-old's TikTok of them being inside Sephora and what their experience was like. A 10-year-old in a makeup shop. Let's check it out. A skincare smoothie. Like that's supposed to be a thing. Good job, parents, on teaching your children respect and how to have pride in life. You guys are smashing it. Just want to let you know. You're doing great. Carry on. All right, let's check this adult visiting the Sephora store.
I'm in Sephora right now, and I'm going to count how many 10-year-olds I see. 1, 2, 3. Currently walking past a 10-year-old getting her eyebrows done. 4, 5, 6. There's a whole group of them over here. 7, 8. There's a group of 10-year-old boys in here now, and they're fucking around with the lipstick. 10, 11, 12. Excuse me, sorry. Alright. They literally were sticking their fucking fingers in the lipstick. I'm over this. Can't even approach the drunk elephant counter right now. It's the middle of a Thursday. Why aren't these kids in school? Whose mom is buying them this? Go shop at Claire's.
Bruv. There's even 10-year-old boys in there messing around with the lipstick. I mean, that's just them following the trend now, isn't it? You know, they've seen it on TikTok once again of people destroying Sephora stores. They're like, oh yeah, let's ring up the boys, is it? You know, the gang from school. Let's go and fuck up the Sephora stores. And sorry, did I just hear correctly? A 10-year-old getting her eyebrows done? And yes, very good question. It's a school day. Thursday. How is the children in this store? What's going on? Are children not going to school anymore? Maybe I've just been living under a rock. I haven't seen...
Bum. That's the question. Why were there kids in the store? And why didn't she show us these kids if they were supposedly there? You know, she's like, oh, I'm gonna count them all.
the news lately, but is school not a thing anymore? It's gotten to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where even adults are afraid to go into this store. I need to go to Sephora, but I'm scared to. I might have to go to the curbside to pick up an order now. Skullface. Ew, is that shit on there? Children's picking their ass and then rubbing their hands all over the makeup. I mean, guys, this is just ridiculous at this point. They can't even be asked to put the top on properly. Who are the parents of these children? Now, Drunk Elephant is in these stores, and apparently some sort of makeup line or skincare line. I don't know, or I don't know too much about makeup. But according to a lot of people on TikTok, Drunk Elephant is always packed with 10-year-olds. And I've just seen this TikTok comment that says this. Drunk Elephant have come out and said that most of their products are not safe for young kids and will damage their skin. As a parent, you need to do your research rather than just saying yes to shut them up. It's okay and imperative to a child's development to say no to them. Now, check out this TikTok. I'm not sure if this is sarcasm or not. It seems pretty serious, but this mother took her 2 children to a Sephora store to shop for Christmas. What the fuck happened to Toys R Us? You know what I'm saying?
I know what I want for Christmas. Me too.
Okay, what do you...
That's funny. We were just talking about that. Toys R Us, KB Toys.
No.
Those are the shops that we knew. I mean, KB Toys shut down a while ago, as far as I know. And so did Toys R Us. It's quite a few years. I don't even think Tristan really got to visit
Toys R Us?
Toys R
Us we went a couple times.
Oh, okay.
And even before he was like really into Zelda, there was like a whole like aisle of Zelda stuff. But yeah, he got to go a couple of times. But
I mean, they closed, like just shut their doors, and that was it.
That was lucky. It's like, yeah, there's not really any toy stores anymore. I think they're talking about some Toys R Us might be coming back though.
That would be cool.
Yeah, because it's like you needed that interactive. You know, to go and try stuff out and.
Exactly, that was like your true toy store. Like you could go there.
Other kids are there.
Yeah, you could be doing things. You know, they had like sample toys and.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun interaction thing. Yeah. But then again, can you imagine? I mean, these kids are going nuts in Sephora.
That's true.
So can you imagine a place like that now?
I mean, especially the Legos.
Yeah.
You know, Legos would be everywhere.
It'd be crazy.
It's true. It's true.
Guys, just show me.
Okay, let's go. So I want this. And I want this. Those are so expensive.
$68.
That's why I'm getting it for Christmas. I want this.
Wow.
And I want this. Get that. Want this.
Is that it?
Wait, no, that's not it.
How much you want to bet that this girl probably doesn't even know what half of that really is, or what it's used for, but she wants it.
Yeah, they're just in pretty bottles, and you know, she sees mommy using it, or she sees other influencers using it, and.
I mean, some of the stuff that she picked out looked like it was literally kids, like lip balm or something. Yeah. The packaging was like packaged for kids.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff is literally marketed for kids now. They don't even try to hide it.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's not it for me. The testing press is this. Can we look at the small stuff?
I thought that was it.
No, that's not it.
These kids look about 8 years old. Why are they dressed like that? Sorry guys, but they're literally dressing like they're 10 years older. I mean, a handbag as well. When I was their age, I'm pretty sure all the girls around me were wearing backpacks. What is this? And the worst part about it is that these products can damage the child's skin. Literally. 99% of them will. And the mother doesn't even say no to buying it for them for Christmas. Why are you not saying no to them? Why would you take them to Sephora in the first place? Parents, you are the problem here.
Yes.
You're the problem, guys. I'm sorry, but this is exactly my point here. Why are you taking your child to a Sephora store? Their clothes at their age, I was wearing the unicorn leggings and had a shirt that said girl power. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. I'm so happy I read that comment. At their age, I was wearing light up sneakers and thought I was superior wearing them. Yes, exactly. Parents really should take more responsibility and take more accountability, letting their children go into fucking Sephora and shop for makeup for Christmas. Jesus. I don't think Santa delivers makeup, kids. Now, if you thought the damaged products I've already shown wasn't too bad, take a look at this.
What is happening at Ulta and Sephora? I think in the past week I've seen...
Yes, Sancho, that was some of our live stream earlier. We were talking about how parents aren't regulated, like with TikTok, to have their kids, you know, how long they're supposed to do it and how much they use them.
Yeah, there's no regulated work hours, and it's just whenever, wherever, you know, intimate moments, at the dinner table, going to bed, playing with something, unboxing something, trying on clothes, doing your skin.
Yeah,
And
it's
like all the time. You look at their feeds, like that one with the little trans kid that you see. It's like all day long.
exactly.
Is short.
Always
after
going.
Short after short, and it's like it doesn't end for them, and it's like.
Yeah, the one from Wednesday.
No, it was one of the ones you did a while back. It was the father that was kept promoting the trans.
Oh my, yes,
Yeah.
yes, that
And
one.
It's going to end badly, I think, for that.
For
And,
sure.
You know, like I said with him, he wanted to be doing this stuff earlier. You know, with Tristan, our guru. You know, our dude, but you know, he was 12 when we first started. And we're still highly regulated. It's like no more than a couple hours can be spent doing that.
Yes.
He has to have his regular stuff done first. You know, we make priorities of it. And we're really involved, you know. So you gotta watch the comments and stuff.
Exactly, because you just never know.
Exactly.
Especially with this day and age that we live.
So, you know, slow growth is cool. That's fine. But these people just throw their kids into it with no regulations.
Yeah, he said that detectives should investigate YouTube families like this.
Yeah, the family vloggers is a whole nother thing.
It's really bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
we should check into that one.
the problem is, though, that would be a hard one to do because they would let you see what they wanted you to see.
Right.
You never see behind the scenes.
There was one family vlogger, a mommy vlogger, they call it mommy vloggers.
Yeah.
And she actually did go to jail recently because her kids got old enough to like expose her, but she even had a couple of public videos that were super questionable.
See?
She
was asking to get caught.
Yeah, and
well, it's like the one that we saw from Lazy's channel. That was, you know, she would be like, "Oh, I'm putting my kids' food dinner together, just throwing stuff onto a plate." And,
yeah, and then all the sugar.
yeah,
all the sugar. It was
like
sugar
donuts,
all the
like
time.
2 or 3 mornings in a row.
Yeah,
You know, slicing the donuts up.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll continue this maybe next week with the family vlogging.
Yes.
You know, because that's a whole nother beast. You know, I forgot. Yeah. And she just looks miserable. She looks like this weird miserable person, and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, there was one that actually did go to jail recently because of that, and that's good.
Yeah,
But
it is.
You've also got the ones that live in the vans.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with van life occasionally, but they have these kids that are in their teenage years.
Oh,
and,
all of those are just.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
the time. You know, that kind of falls in the same category.
It does.
So.
Alright, let's get this one done.
Alrighty.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
At least 20 videos of Ulta employees or Sephora employees showing the aftermath of kids going to the makeup counters and just trashing them. My first instinct was to blame the kids, like, oh, they're the root of the problem. They're the ones who are causing this chaos. Then I thought about it. Parents aren't with them for the most part, and I think that's part of the issue. However, as an influencer who has recently started doing skincare content, I actually talk about a lot of products. But I realized there are some influencers who their entire channel for these products, and a lot of those kids look up to those influencers, almost to the point where they'll blindly buy a product or go to the store and mess around with it just because they mentioned it and hyped it up. So I think it's multiple things happening at once, but I think it goes a little bit farther. There are a few things that I predict will happen this year, at least in the first few months. One is going to be like a minimum age of these stores instituted once these investors see what's happening to their displays. However, if this is going to change, there needs to be a shift in the creator economy, as well as these creators who are actually talking about these products.
Now, the reason children look up to these influencers is because parents are buying them iPads. That's literally it. They're letting them go on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and they're seeing all these things, and they're thinking, yeah, I need to be like that. I'm 8 years old. I want to be that. It's not great, is it? Just put them in front of the TV and just stick a Disney show on or something, or, you know, making them do, like, math puzzles and stuff, or make them read, like, a fantasy book or something, man. Just not an iPad, not a phone. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, just look at these products. Again, with the poo stains, man. I mean, I'm not that stupid. Obviously, it's not poo, but, you know, it's kind of funny, right? I mean, come on. So, at the moment, you know, the parents are to blame. Children are destroying the Sephora stores. Sephora needs to rectify the situation and come back and be like, yo, guys, you know, you've got to be like 14 plus to buy these products, or 13 plus to buy these products. I mean, even wearing makeup for 13 years old is pretty bizarre. Whatever the most minimum makeup you can use without changing the way you look, that's what a 15, 16-year-old should be putting on. Whether it's concealer, foundation, or I don't know, okay, a bit of mascara, and that's it. Nothing else. Now you've got 10-year-olds walking around with full face makeups, looking like a fucking beauty pageant. Jesus Christ. So I just want to say to you guys before I end off the video, it's 2024 now. Make this year your best year. Don't take the piss, alright? Bad things happen, you get through them. Things don't happen the way you want them to. You still get through them. You keep going and you keep pushing, you keep grinding, keep disciplining yourself. Make discipline your main objective. Keep grinding, guys, and level yourselves up and become the best goddamn versions you will ever be in your life. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Boof!
Yes, I'm glad that he said it too. It's 2024 is the year where a lot is going to be exposed and people are going to know the truth, and you know, I'll make sure of that too. Anything that I see that needs to change, we'll do what we can.
We'll cover it. You know,
yes.
We'll expose it.
Let people know.
You know, it's like, if there's anything that anybody finds out there to, you know, that looks interesting, you know,
let us know. We'll look into it and cover it.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
It's like, there's enough. There's a lot of stuff to cover, so.
Alright, thank you, Sancho, for showing up. Ladies and gentlemen, again, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get this out there. Namaste. This LongWalker's striding out.